It was a rainy Thursday afternoon, and Jason's old pickup truck crawled down the quiet highway. He had just finished his long shift at the factory and was looking forward to getting home to his little son. But then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw her, a woman standing by the side of the road, soaked, and struggling to hold the hem of a torn white dress against the wind. Her hair clung to her face, her shoes muddied, and something in her eyes told him she needed help, desperately. Jason didn't hesitate. He pulled over, even though he was tired, even though he didn't know this woman from anyone. Little did he know, that single moment of kindness would change both of their lives forever. Before we dive into the story, make sure to subscribe to Truth Lines USA, hit that like button, and leave a comment below if you believe that small acts of kindness can make a huge difference. Your support helps us bring more heartfelt stories to the world. Jason had been a single dad for 3 years, raising his 8-year-old son, Liam, alone. Life hadn't been easy. Every day was a balancing act, long hours at work, school drop-offs, bedtime stories, and making sure Liam never felt the absence of his mother too deeply. But despite the hardships, Jason believed in doing what was right, even in small ways. As he approached the trembling woman on the side of the road, she looked up at him with eyes full of worry and exhaustion. "Hi. I don't know what to do," she stammered, her voice trembling as the wind whipped her dress around. "My car, it broke down, and I don't have anyone to call." Jason smiled gently, the kind of smile that made people feel safe. "Don't worry. Hop in. I'll take you wherever you need to go." The woman hesitated, glancing down at her torn dress. I don't want to trouble you." Jason shook his head. "It's no trouble. Everyone needs a hand sometimes." She climbed into the truck, her shivering frame pressing against the passenger seat. Jason handed her his jacket, which she wrapped around herself, trying to hide the tears that had started to stream down her face. "Thank you, really. I didn't know who else to turn to." As they drove, Jason noticed the smell of expensive perfume lingering in the air, a subtle contrast to the mud on her shoes and the frayed edges of her dress. "You're dressed beautifully," he said, trying to make small talk. "What happened?" The woman hesitated, then sighed, her shoulders slumping. "I was supposed to get married today. But I couldn't. I couldn't go through with it." Her voice cracked, and Jason felt his heart tighten. There was a heavy sadness in her eyes, the kind that comes from a choice made with courage but accompanied by fear. Jason nodded slowly, giving her space to breathe. Sometimes walking away from the wrong thing takes more strength than going through with it. She looked at him, surprised by his words. You really think so?" "I do," Jason said simply. "And if you're willing to take a chance, you can start over. Nobody can stop you but yourself." A small, hopeful smile flickered across her face. I think I needed to hear that." As the rain poured down outside, the truck became a tiny sanctuary from the storm. Jason's simple act of kindness, a ride to safety, allowed her to breathe, to feel human again, to trust that someone cared. For the first time that day, she felt like she had a choice. Finally, Jason pulled over at a small roadside diner. "You can wait here until things calm down, or I can drop you somewhere safe," he said. I think I'll stay here for a bit," she murmured. "Thank you. I don't even know your name." "Jason," he replied. "And you're welcome." They shared a quiet moment, the kind that doesn't need words. And then, as if a curtain lifted, she began to speak again, revealing something that took Jason completely by surprise. "My name is Isabella," she said, lowering her gaze. "And I'm the bride. The wedding was supposed to be this afternoon. He's a billionaire, lives in a mansion in the city. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't marry someone for wealth, for appearances, for a life that wasn't mine." Jason blinked, momentarily speechless. A runaway bride. A real-life fairy tale gone terribly wrong, or maybe just right. "Wow," he finally said, trying to keep his tone steady. That must have taken a lot of courage." Isabella nodded. "It did. But now, I have nowhere to go. No family to turn to, no friends here. Just me." Jason's heart ached for her. He thought of Liam waiting at home for him, his little boy who always greeted him with hugs and stories about his day. And he realized something important: kindness isn't measured by fame or fortune. It's measured by whether you act when someone needs help, even when it's inconvenient, even when it costs you something. "You can come with me," Jason said after a pause. "I've got a small apartment, and my son, he's amazing. You can stay until you figure things out. No questions, no judgment." Isabella looked at him, tears glistening in her eyes. I can't impose on you like that." "You're not imposing," Jason insisted. "Sometimes people just need a place to land." And that's exactly what she did. Over the next few days, Isabella and Jason settled into an easy rhythm. Liam adored her immediately, and Isabella found herself laughing for the first time in months. She wasn't a runaway bride anymore. She was a woman reclaiming her life, learning that kindness wasn't just an abstract concept, it was real, tangible, and life-changing. Jason never asked about her wealth, her past, or the world she came from. He simply offered what he could: shelter, understanding, and friendship. And in return, he found something unexpected: hope. Hope that the world could be a little brighter, that humanity could be compassionate, and that even small acts of kindness ripple in ways we can't always imagine. One afternoon, Isabella and Liam baked cookies together, laughing as they flourished flour-covered hands all over the kitchen counter. Jason watched them, feeling a warmth in his chest that had nothing to do with chocolate chips. He realized that sometimes, kindness isn't about heroic gestures, it's about showing up, about being present, about offering a hand without expectation. Weeks passed, and Isabella began to rebuild her life. She found a job at a local art gallery, started making friends, and even volunteered at a shelter, wanting to pay forward the generosity she had been shown. Jason and Liam remained constants in her life, a reminder that love and support often come from unexpected places. One evening, as the three of them sat on the small apartment balcony watching the city lights, Isabella turned to Jason. "You know," she said softly, "I never imagined that a stranger would become my family. You and Liam, you saved me in more ways than you'll ever know." Jason shook his head. "We didn't save you. We just helped. And you did the rest. You had the courage to choose yourself. That's the real hero here." Isabella smiled, and for a moment, the past, the broken wedding, the pressure, the fear, felt like a distant memory. She had found freedom, friendship, and the reminder that even in the darkest moments, kindness has the power to light the way. The story of Jason, Liam, and Isabella reminds us of something simple, yet profound. No matter how ordinary your life may seem, the act of helping someone in need can create extraordinary change. A lift on a rainy day, a warm jacket, a listening ear, these are the tools of kindness that can transform lives in ways we never anticipate. In a world that often feels rushed and disconnected, small acts of humanity matter more than we think. They build trust, inspire hope, and remind us that we're all connected. Jason didn't save a billionaire's bride, and he didn't change the world on a global scale. But he changed a life. And sometimes, that's enough. So, the next time you see someone struggling, remember Jason's simple question: do you need a hand? It could be the very thing that changes everything, for them and for you. Kindness is contagious, and the ripples it creates are endless. Jason and Isabella's story isn't just a tale of a single moment, it's a testament to the human spirit, to courage, and to the power of showing up for one another. We may not all be billionaires or have grand gestures to offer, but we all have the ability to be kind. So let's take that lesson with us today. Hold the door, offer a smile, share a ride, or simply listen. Small acts of kindness can become life-changing stories. And who knows? The next person you help might just become a lifelong friend, or even change your life in return. Kindness doesn't cost a thing, but its value is immeasurable. Let's make the world a brighter, warmer, and more compassionate place, one act at a time.